Life is a mess, and according to social media, minimalism is the cure. Is that true? Let's find out if minimalism can help fix your self-awareness. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Earlier this year, Sabrina tried bullet journaling to get her life together. I tried bullet journaling, my little journal here, but it didn't exactly fix my problem. I became a cliche and stopped using my journal every day as soon as March hit. I'm probably not alone in this, but I just feel busy all the time, like there isn't enough time to be off. I guess I just lost a sense of direction. There's too much clutter. And this is where I think minimalism can help me find some clarity by just doing less overall. There's just one problem. I am far from a minimalist. This is my room. So I've got a long journey ahead of me, and I want you to join me. So in this video, let's figure out what minimalism is, and if it can actually help us get our shit together. But first, research montage time. So interestingly, I found that there's more than one type of minimalism. A lot more actually. And each type focuses on a different aspect of life to minimize so that you can make room for something else. And I found some similarities between some, and I grouped them into 5 broad categories. So, this is what we're gonna do. Well, what I'm gonna do. Each day is gonna be dedicated to a different species of minimalism. We'll take a look at where they came from, and then do a challenge that best reflects the core philosophy of that day. So that is aesthetic minimalism, digital minimalism, experientialism, environmental minimalism, and mindful minimalism. We are going to minimalize my life until, hopefully, I am nothing. Let's do this thing. Let's start with the origin of minimalism. So it began as an art movement in 1960s New York, challenging the idea of what art could be by removing the concept of expression. Minimalist art reduces objects to their most simplified form. This philosophy lives on today in aesthetic minimalism, which is marked by simple spaces that are scattered with a few essential items. Since aesthetic minimalism is all about removing visual clutter, Day 1's challenge is to clean my room. What you hiding out in the closet for? Come on, we gotta clean my room. Let's go. Okay, we're stuck. Step number 1 is my bed. I think I have to get rid of all my pillows. Ta-da! Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Empty. Oh my god.
Day 2 is digital minimalism. Ultimately, the goal is to reduce unnecessary screen time. And there are 2 main approaches to this: minimizing digital distractions and decluttering your digital space. The first comes from Cal Newport in his book Digital Minimalism: Choosing a Focused Life in a Noisy World. He recommends turning off notifications and clearing your inbox. The second comes from treating your virtual space like a physical one. Hoarding apps, photos, and files can make it difficult to access the things that we actually need or care about. So since digital minimalism is about tidying up our electronic experience, Day 2's challenge is to free up some storage on my phone and clear out my photos. I got 6,300 photos, and I guess you're just gonna watch me delete my photos. I got some snacks. Let's do it. I wanted to share a quick photo that has never seen the internet because Sabrina hates the photo, but I think it's very sentimental. It is the only photo that exists of Taha, Sabrina, and myself all together. Yeah, I'm not deleting it. So it is the end of Day 2, and I have deleted 4,000 photos from my phone. I still have 1,800 left on my phone, but that was a big task. That's it for today. Day 3. So today we're focusing on experientialism. It's all about reducing our dependence on material goods to make us happy, and instead, it suggests that we should focus on creating experiences and memories. Our challenge for day 3 is to go out and do things. I'm going to go for a walk. I went by the lake and brought my 2-wheeled board and tried to look cool riding it along the path, and definitely failed. I had a little dance party everywhere I went and got to enjoy music while not working or doing anything but eating berries and chilling in my car. As you can tell, I'm parked. Then I spent the evening catching up with friends. We video chatted and cooked a meal together, and honestly, it was a really nice ending to a busy but overall a really fun day. Also, I didn't show the clip, but the food was so good. Alright, day 4, environmental minimalism. Environmental minimalism is all about consuming less, reducing waste, and making the most of what you already have. In some ways, environmental minimalism is a natural extension of aesthetic minimalism, where the latter demands you remove the clutter. Environmental minimalism asks, well, where do you put it? So day 4's challenge is to look at all the things I decluttered in day 1 and figure out how to reduce waste and best extend its life. Since I did a lot of decluttering, I found that I have a lot of extra t-shirts. So Sabrina suggested that I turn them into beeswax wraps. What are those, you might ask? I asked the same thing. It's a replacement for single-use plastic wrap, so you can use it to cover bowls when you put it in the fridge. These are probably not going to be pretty, but that is not the point of today. The point is that they are functional, serve a purpose, and I don't have to throw out stuff. I'm going to follow this tutorial. Obviously I need beeswax, so I'm gonna go get that. So I quickly ran to the local craft store and picked some up, and luckily I got the last bag. So I cut up my t-shirts. It's so crooked! That's helpful. What if I just need 3 hands? I got my beeswax and I got it on sale. I'm gonna melt this now. So I laid my fabric flat on a baking tray and then I melted my wax. And then when your beeswax is all melted, you just brush them. The wax keeps hardening. And I think this is probably why you're supposed to put it in the oven. So I'm gonna go do that now. While we wait for my beeswax wraps to get out of the oven, I just wanted to show you my paintbrush. She is, a little crispy. Oh, okay, I'm gonna get it out of the oven now. Oh, they look so smooth! So this is how they turned out. Here's a little before and after. Also, here's a little demo. Overall, not a fail. Finally, day 5, mindful minimalism. This one is all about clarity and focus and serves as a complement to experientialism. But instead of spending time making new experiences, mindful minimalism asks us to be reflective, still, and focus on one thing. Since day 5 is about mental clarity and self-awareness, the challenge for the day is to reflect on the past week and what we've learned. So I am naturally an anxious person who usually feels too busy to take the time to be reflective, let alone try to focus on a single task at a time. So I tried to meditate. Meditation, self-awareness, inner peace. That meditation was not very productive. I made myself a beverage and wrote my thoughts on each day in a journal, and here's what I found out. I think the biggest thing that I learned throughout the week was not just about decluttering, because that's what it seems like minimalism is all about, just throw everything away and forget about it. What this week taught me was to just be more intentional about how I spend my time, my money, my energy. Because when you're more intentional about the things that you do, you feel more abundant with the things that you have. I actually enjoyed all the different species of minimalism that I tried out this week, and I even liked aesthetic minimalism, like it was fun. However, I do have a bone to pick with it, because with aesthetic minimalism, you're trying to declutter your space and get rid of everything, blah, 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 blah. But the thing is, what happens with all of the waste? What do you do with all the trash that you create? So you become a minimalist, and then you just make all your stuff someone else's problem. The problems aren't gone, they're just gone from yourself. I just think that it's always good when we can do good things for ourselves and for other people. That's it. That's enough now. Bye. Oh, hey there. You thought the video was over. Not quite. Stick around because we are thanking Squarespace for sponsoring this video. If you didn't know, Squarespace is your all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. It's how Sabrina, Taha, and I are running ours, because I love me a minimal and beautifully designed website that is easy to update. And if I ever run into trouble, their award-winning 24/7 customer service is always there to help me out. Look, I don't have the time to learn how to code, but luckily with Squarespace's customizable templates, you can create a beautiful and intuitive site optimized for both web and mobile. Again, without needing to know how to code. The light moved! And with password protected pages, you can do things like host dedicated pages for newsletter subscriber only exclusive content. Ow! So whether you run a blog or are thinking about starting an online store for your homemade candle making company, get started with Squarespace. And you can use offer code AnswerInProgress to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Also, while you're halfway there on the internet, you should consider subscribing to our newsletter and get some exclusive content.